Before I get into this, you should know that viewer discretion is 100% advised, because what I'm about to talk about, what I'm about to describe to you, is one of the most fucked up things I've ever heard in my entire fucking life. Another small thing to note, you'll be wondering why this is an unedited video, like with some of the other videos that I've done with my Warzone ramblings. I'll explain that at the end of the video. But to get into the sort of meat and bones of what this is about, any of you who've watched my in-camera videos when it comes to Beyond Fiction, you know I've covered some amazing stuff, whether it's, you know, what have I covered? I've covered Carlos Hathcock, you know, Roy Benavides. I've covered Malice at the Palace, the eruption of Krakatoa. I've also covered some extremely dark shit, you know, Ian Watkins and the fucking Jonestown tapes. Just to name a couple. I did a script swap with my buddy Polar Press Presents, DW Sauer. You know, I wrote a script for him regarding the Jamie Bolger murders, and he wrote a script for me regarding the sterilization experiments in America. And yeah, I've covered some sick shit, and the one that hits me the most was Junko Furuta. That's just something fucking horrible, and as always, I seem to find something just as bad, and we're going to be talking about, by the way, why I'm talking about this as well, because I told the guys you see me playing with now that I had to talk about one of two things, either the worst thing I've ever heard, or I was going to talk about the movie Predator and why the Predator is one of the best written antagonists, and it turns out they wanted to hear me talk about something disgusting, so fuck it, let's get into it. Now, before I get into this, I got this information from one of my favourite YouTubers, Count Dankula, and he did a full video on this topic. I'm only talking about one incident. Let's just get it straight out of the way. If you want to know more about this cult, then watch Count Dankula's video on the Anthill Kids, because that's what we're going to be talking about. One particular incident that has never left my brain since I learned about it. And we're going to cast ourselves back to the 29th of September 1988. And for all of you who don't know a lot about cults, the Anthill Kids are probably the worst. They've definitely had one of the worst leaders. Obviously, the main topics come to mind when you think about cults. You think about Charles Manson, and you think about, you know, Jonestown and all that kind of stuff. But in terms of what a cult is, the powerful leader, the abusive leader who manipulates his followers into doing sick shit. Yeah, the leader of the Anthill Kids, Rock Terrio, takes the fucking biscuit. So, again, 29th of September 1988, and cult member Solange Boylard, apologies if I've mispronounced her name in case this video ever gets to her family. Solange Boylard complained about an upset stomach, and this is like well into the journey of the Anthill Kids. Like, a lot of horrific fucking shit has already happened, but the leader, Rock Terrio, has his power over them. So with Solange complaining about her upset stomach, Rock Terrio decides that he was going to take care of it. So him wanting to be a bit of a doctor, a bit of a surgeon, laid her naked on the medical table and started off the proceedings by punching her in the stomach. He then followed that up by giving her an olive oil and molasses enema. And some of you who will know what that is, so I'm just going to give you a second to process that. He gave her an olive oil and molasses enema, and that was considered the prep for the surgery. And without any anesthetic or pain relief, anything like that at all, once the enema had been done, Rock Terrio decided to start the procedure by slicing Solange open in the midriff and just started removing pieces of intestine with his bare hands. Once this procedure was done, he got another cult member to sew the patient back up and went about his business. Oh no, this is also something that got pointed out. He got her to sew her up and then got her to blow down her throat you know, make an airway kind of thing. Some of you will be disgusted by this already because that's already fucking pretty brutal, but unfortunately, as you can imagine, with what happened to Solange, you know, having that kind of procedure with no proper medical equipment or even pain relief, she passed away the next morning in unbelievable agony. Now, as you can see the length of this video, I am not done talking because you would have thought the horror would have been over then, but no. After discovering Solange's dead body, Rock Terrier decided that he was going to resurrect her. He was going to bring her back to life. I'm going to give you another warning. What I'm about to say, what I'm about to talk, I can't say it outright, so I'm going to give you a chance to figure out what he did. For you to be alive as a person, what part of you needs to be functioning mainly? You can have all of your organs alive, but for you to be alive as a person, what part of you needs to be functioning? Your brain. And as men, what substance do we produce that helps create life? I hope you've all figured it out. So, Rock Terrier decided to drill a hole into Solange's skull and then proceeded to ejaculate into it. And then after that, he got all of the male cult members to do exactly the same thing. A bunch of men emptying their load into this dead woman's skull. Yes, I wasn't fucking joking. That's fucking horrific. That is I can't put into words just how fucking just fucked that is. So, to give you a bit of light relief, we're going to move the fuck away from that story, and I'm going to give you another Beyond Fiction about me personally that will hopefully make you laugh. It's not related to anything cult-like or anything like that, don't worry. This is a bit of an insight for you, for none of you who know me, but as you all know, I do like a drink. I am a bit of a drinker. But unlike a lot of you out there, I get every kind of hangover. And some of you will be thinking, watching, I've learned hearing people talk about their hangovers. You do not get every kind of hangover. I do. Whether it starts from, that little bit of gut rot up to the niggling headache, diarrhea, you get the shakes, then it's a screaming headache, vomiting, pounding headache, sudden loss of consciousness, blinding headache, paralysis, all the way up to this one. And I only know one other person who gets this symptom. I can vomit out my arsehole. And when I have that kind of I can vomit out my arsehole. And some of you might be thinking, well, surely Daniel, that's just fucking diarrhea. No, it's actual vomit. It is vomit. It even comes on like a vomit as well. All of you have thrown up before in your life will know that it comes in waves, and no matter how much you try to keep your hand over your mouth, it will keep coming. It will spray through the gaps in your fingers, then the second wave will follow, and you can keep your lips sealed as possible, but it's coming up. And the reason that I know this is, number one, this is going to disgust you, but after what you've heard, maybe not, is texture. And also, like a vomit, it has fucking chunks of carrot in it, even if you've not eaten a carrot for fucking years. Now, the bad bit about this is when you've got these waves of anal vomit coming out of your body, a chunk of carrot might sometimes block the exit, where nothing can physically get out, but you are still having these waves and waves and waves of unbearable pain as a liquid forces its way down your body but can't move, and this pressure just builds and builds and builds until finally there is enough pressure to pop the cork, and fuck me, you break water like an elephant going into fucking labour. It's fucking agony. And yeah, well, some of you didn't want to know that, but I'm trying to waffle my way through this video and also add a little bit of levity to what the fuck I have just explained to you regarding the Anthill kids. And I was going to explain, I told the guys I was going to explain 2 of the worst things I've ever heard, but I think the second worst thing I've ever heard warrants a whole video, because I'm going to have to go a bit more in depth into, again, it's another fucking cult, but this one's a bit closer to home, it's more in England, whereas the Anthill kids were, I've lost my notes, I think the Anthill kids were somewhere in Toronto, like Canada-ish. But yeah, this next cult, this next story, I'll probably have to do a whole video on, because it's quite close to home and it's quite fucking recent as well. And yeah, so if I've just ruined your day, apologies, but let's just say I did fucking warn you. Now, also to explain why I've done this video uncut, is because, well, you'll see at the end when we bring the scoreboard up, but this is our highest ever elimination game. Me and the guys, you'll see the scoreboard at the end when we eventually do die. And but I wanted to run the whole footage because you'll see in this match, like, I've not had the best accuracy. If you compare it to my last video where I was on sniper form and I was also doing really well with the LMG, this is proof for you, because this match was like our 2nd or 3rd of the night. I hadn't quite warmed up. The other guys warm up so much fucking better than I do. I normally take about 5 matches, and yeah, so the video before where you saw all the great footage and I was shooting well was like our 8th and 11th match of the night. So yeah, but this was quite early on. We just bowled straight in. I played all right. It's just my shooting shit. I'm a part of the team. Like I do stuff well in terms of, but when it comes to the actual shooting, I'm not as good. But yeah, these guys were just racking up kill after kill after kill. And it's not actually our highest kill game, but it is our highest elimination game. And there you can see I get popped out. I think I'm the 2nd to last one to go. And yeah, I skipped the kill cam because I didn't want to fucking see the guy there. But there you can see the scoreboard. We were hoping for 50 eliminations. I think we're at 49 just there. And this is Shane, our last surviving member. Does get the 2 kills, but does get popped off himself. We got a 3rd place, but that is our highest elimination game. And I think does the scoreboard come up now? I can't remember. It should do. Why is there a blank screen? Why am I talking to myself? Ah, here we go. So yeah, I'm going to bring up the scoreboard now, and you'll see it's 51 eliminations, 29 kills. Those guys are on form, and I said I'd keep my promise and get this video up. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Sorry if I've ruined your day, and yeah, please subscribe. Much love. Take care. Peace.